I thought everyone overreacted to this. Look, the fact that, overreacted.
Overreacted to what?
To the original incident from Myles Garrett's point of view. Here's the thing. Let's just remember what happened. Mason Rudolph started a fight.
Yes.
He tried to take off Myles Garrett's helmet.
Yes.
Garrett was like, oh, we're doing helmets now? So he took off his helmet. He was then restrained by two of Mason Rudolph's teammates and pushed 10, 15 yards away. Mason Rudolph followed him, trying to get at him when he was restrained, and he had an object in his hand that like extended his reach, and in his anger, which he should not have done, it's a serious offense, you need to be punished, swung at Mason Rudolph, who would not have been there to be hit had he not been pursuing Myles Garrett. So he started the fight, he escalated the fight, he continued the fight, then he got hit, and then, let's take into account, nothing bad happened. He wasn't hurt by it. Well, Max, what would have happened?
Glad that he wasn't hurt.
Right, sure. What would have happened had he been hurt? Right, but he wasn't. So when you add it all up, it was a serious infraction. Myles Garrett should have been suspended. He was suspended. He missed the rest of the season. That's enough. It's a new season. He's shown contrition, I assume, or the league wouldn't reinstate him. And by the way, I also want to say, though I put a lot of the responsibility on Mason Rudolph, I was very impressed with the way he owned up to whatever his contribution was in it. It's now over.
I can appreciate your position, but I respectfully hold on, Keyshawn. I don't want you to go last because you're the football player. So let me go first, and then you just be the judge and jury here. I would tell you that I respectfully disagree with you, Max, as I did from open and tap on this issue. I felt that he should have been suspended at the least for the rest of the regular season, which he was. I told you that because I had spoken to the NFL and the Players Association that morning. I said he's done for the season. He ain't coming back. That was automatic. But I would tell you why I disagree with his reinstatement. I think he should have been suspended at least for the season opener. Why? Because you were suspended for the last 6 games. You go into the offseason, and then everybody forgets. What I'm saying to you is that guess what? You start off the season, Myles Garrett is not on that football field. Why is he not on that football field? Because of the footage that we're watching right now. They were up. They had the game well in hand. They were winning that game 21-7. It was the very last play of the game. You didn't have to throw him to the ground the way that you did. That was why Mason Rudolph grabbed at him the way that he did. And I'm not excusing Mason Rudolph because obviously he played the role and he should have been punished as well. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that what was he doing? He was reacting to the fact that it's 21-7. It's the very, very last play of the game. You didn't have to grab me and throw me to the damn ground like that. Then Myles Garrett not only yanks his helmet off, but with 2 Steelers in his face. He literally swings the helmet, Mason Rudolph's helmet, at his head. You could sit up there and say nothing happened. My response is, what would we have been saying if he had cracked Mason Rudolph's head wide open? If you're the NFL and you're about sending a message as a deterrent, I say you don't sit up there and let this season start with an entirely clean slate. At least one more game, the season opener, where you're reminding everybody, this is why he's gone. The rest of y'all better not think about doing something like that. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Well, I think, you know what, he got basically the suspension last year. He paid the price, okay? I don't think you carry it into this year. It's over and done with. And you say remind other players. Well, you're going to run this stuff when the season starts on every network. They're going to see it. When the Browns play the Steelers, they're going to show it. So you're going to be reminding players of the behavior that took place. Now, as far as placing blame, obviously we've talked about it since the incident took place. There's no way he's supposed to take that helmet off and swing it at nobody, regardless if the linemen are restraining you. The lineman would have never tackled you to the ground and started swinging on you had you not swung your helmet. They were just pushing you out of the way, trying to get in between you and their quarterback. Now, Myles Garrett, he did what he needed to do. He felt like he needed to do. I'm sure he said sorry. He looked the commissioner in the eyes. He said it'll never happen again, and this is why he's reinstated. Now I'm looking forward to him getting on the field and helping the Cleveland Browns finally win some damn games.
Guys, how much does this affect how you regard Myles Garrett? Or are you willing to move on now that he served his suspension?
I've seen Myles Garrett.
I'm fine. I'm moving on. I'm not going to sit there and hold this over his head.
He's a hell of a player, but I've seen him do other dirty things in the past. I think Myles Garrett's a guy whose impulses can get the better of him at times, and I'm the one defending him here. You know, I just think that
Max, all type of players do dirty things in games, man. They pinch you, they step on your hands,
but I've seen
they grab your face mask, they shove you.
I understand what you mean, but some dudes you look at a little bit side-eyed when you've seen a little.
It's the position. It's the position he plays. He plays a very aggressive position.
Let's put it this way: throughout this whole thing, I appreciate Stephen A's comment. I think it's an interesting idea that you would have suspended him for the first game just to keep it. It's not the behavior; it's the punishment Stephen A wants to show people, and not to put words in your mouth, Stephen A. But I appreciate
and it's not about
that.
him; it's about the rest of the league.
Right, and I appreciate that. And as much as you can't be swinging your helmet at a guy without a helmet, even though it's in the rules, if you swing your helmet, you're ejected. It's not. I mean, like it's already in the rules. But at a guy without a helmet on, I get it. I still come back to the fact that if I pick a fight in a bar with a bigger guy, and then after that I pick a fight, I then introduce like a bottle. I swing it, and if I wound up getting hit with a bottle by the big. That guy's the bad guy. Like at a certain point, you got to be responsible for your behavior and the consequences.
Max. Here's what I think you're missing. What you're missing is the fact that, first of all, Myles Garrett is the defensive lineman that has the dude by about 50 pounds. Secondly, he was on top of the dude. Thirdly, he's the one that ripped the dude's helmet off. Fourth, when he was being pushed back, it was two offensive linemen in between him, pushing him back.
Yeah.
So Mason Rudolph was not a threat to him. And last but not least, understand this is a very important point. Football, you have a license to assault people, particularly playing certain positions. For you to sit up there and go the extra mile to try to do something is what makes it more egregious. Like, damn, you've been knocked. They spent that Thursday night game knocking Mason Rudolph offside his head all night long.
That's why Mason Rudolph picked the fight with him. He was mad.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, sending a message.
I mean, we did this at the time. We could do it again ad nauseum right now. But the fact is, it was Mason Rudolph who introduced the idea of trying to take off the helmet. He was just unsuccessful. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.